Hi, in this video, let's try to solve this equation and also figure out how to write up our work correctly. So again, solve an equation means find all numbers x for which this expression, which is now a number, is exactly equal to 4. So a good starting line would be assume there's a number x that satisfies this equation. So that means this left hand side is a number and the right hand side is a number. And we're now free to do whatever we can do with numbers. So now I rewrite the equation here in this step. And I notice that this expression can be simplified. Remember, x is a number. So that means I can apply the distributive law of numbers to this expression. The minute you see 3 times x minus 1, you should recognize that as one of the sides of the distributive law. Now we apply the law to rewrite 3x minus 1 as 3 times x minus 3. And similarly here, this negative, and here I notice 4 times x minus 3. That's another situation where we can apply the distributive law. So the way I write this is I think of negative 4 times this number x. That's really negative 4x. That's how I get this. And then negative 4 times negative 3. That's my plus 12. That's how I write it here. Equals 4. So I have this line. At this point, it may be tempting to take care of this 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. I'm going to ask you not to do that. Instead, look at this expression. This expression has x terms and some numbers. You're better off spending your time simplifying this expression to something clean like this. Once again, applying the distributive law, we can combine 3x minus 4x. Combining of like terms to get negative x. Similarly, negative 3 plus 12 give us this plus 9 out here equals 4. And now you can do subtracting 9 from both sides. On this side, I should have written negative x plus 9 minus 9. I chose not to write plus 9 minus 9 because they would cancel out. And here I have 4 minus 9. So really, to go from this line to this line, I subtracted 9 from both sides of the equation. Remember, this is a number, this is a number. Equality means at the same point on the number line. And if I subtract 9 from both those numbers, I still get to keep my equality sign. So now what I have here is negative x equals negative 5. Anytime there are negative numbers, go a little slow so you don't make any mistakes. And now at this point, I'm almost done. I have negative x here. I need to get x by itself. So you can either divide both sides by negative 1 or multiply both sides by negative 1. Your choice, how you choose to write it down. But whatever you do, don't do that in this step. Take another line to do that work. The way in our write-up, we really put one thought into one line. So if we have several, so this line follows from here. So now the next thought we have is I would like to take care of this negative 1. So we take another line to implement that thought. In this case, I chose to multiply both sides by negative 1. If I do that, I get negative 1 times negative x is x. Here negative 1 times negative 5 is 5. I claim x equals 5 is the solution. I can do that as soon as I actually put 5 back into the equation and make sure the equation is actually satisfied. So that's what this check work shows me. Here I start out with the left hand expression. I put in 5 and I get this expression. Remember, in this expression, do not use the distributive law. Instead, here the parenthesis tells me carry out whatever arithmetic you can for the numbers inside the parentheses. So do that. So from here we get 3 times 5 minus 1 is 4. Write it that way. Negative 4. 5 minus 3, I replace it by 2. Now carry it out. and you get 4, which is exactly here. So x equals 5. We have made sure does satisfy the equation, and now we can conclude x equals 5 is the solution. So keep all those good habits I talked about in mind. Anytime you have such an expression, simplify it before you start adding the same number to both sides. Also, remember the distributive law plays an important role out here. So follow this nice write-up style in your work. Thank you.